Okay, so you guys can hear me. I went to go check, so I started this video over. I was saying, do you know what would have been cool or what would be cool if I knew how to edit? Because if I knew how to edit with the previous video, I would have been like, you know what it would, excuse me. I would have been like, you know what have been cool? Would have been cool? And then you would have been guessing. And my theme drone would be coming on like, A. You used to be guessing, but that's not the case, unfortunately. As you guys know, I am Ren Brooke. Excuse me, I covered the mic. I am Ren Brooke. I used to be called Hetaru on here. I used to go as Hetaru. I noticed that when I make these YouTube videos, they like to come for me. And I mean, the energy likes to come for me because why am I so fucking tongue tied now? That happens every time I'm about to make a long video for YouTube. Never fails. But, anyways, I'm rambling in. Okay. But I'm going to learn how to edit. And I want to have a conversation with you guys, but I want it to look comfortable. I feel like y'all can hear me, so I feel like I can put y'all back a little. I want it to look like cute and aesthetic, and I sit up like this, and we chat, and we talk. Because I want to know, what's your perception of God? Yes, I want to know, what's your perception of God? I want to know, do you think he's a big white or black man in the sky or Indian? Hey, I never know what you might think he is. I want to know, do you think he's this figure in the sky around all these council people sitting there watching you, judging you, telling you what you should do, telling you what you shouldn't do, and all this extra stuff? I want to know what you think. What's your perception? I'm all over the place. I'm scooting up, I'm scooting back. Honestly, I want to just be comfortable. But I don't know. I think that's better. You hear me? This is very comfortable. If you can hear me, excuse me. That would be even great. I was trying to figure out how to lock this on you, but I didn't figure it out yet. So it looked like it's locked though, right? It do kind of. It looked like it stayed. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today. And I was going to start with this thing where I have a bunch of notes. If you watched my video before previously, I have a bunch of notes. And yes, I'm kind of daydreaming. Don't mind, because I was talking to y'all. I'm always off topic. But I was talking to y'all and I was just thinking about how if I was watching somebody and they were looking down, like talking, you know, would I be intrigued? And I think I would. It depends on the vibe. I think it depends on the vibe. And it depends on, like, yeah, how I'm feeling. Like, do I, you know? Because I know I can go to somebody's thing and they talking too much. And I'm like, oh, I got to go. And then I know I can go to somebody's thing and then listen to them rant because it just feels like a vibe, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping I'm the vibe and not the person that's running you away. And what also made me think that is because I know that podcasts these days be perfect, and not perfect, but just intro perfect. And it's like, yeah, they'll always start off with, hi, my name is Ren. And I realized I started with it. I don't even know if that's in this video, but I started with it. And I didn't quite carry it out. Like, follow me on Instagram at Renbrook, or follow me on TikTok at Copper Bean. I kind of just left it there where it was. And I don't think I will do that every time. So if you don't follow me, you don't follow me. But if you on this platform, that's perfectly fine. Um, yeah, and if you happen to follow me, then you get my vibes. If it's in alignment, then you find me, you find me. You don't, you don't. But sometimes I will say that, and then sometimes I just won't, and I just won't feel bad for it. That's it. So I just want to know, what's your perception of God? And you might think I'm looking at you for an answer, but I'm actually looking at you because I want to talk to you real quick about my hair. So I didn't want to overstimulate you with too much words, because I've been doing a lot today, and my own words is kind of overstimulating me. So I'm taking a break and thinking about what I'm gonna say before I say it. And yeah. Oh, my hair. So look, I never did anything like this before, and I actually thought it was really cute. Really cute. So I don't know if the clip is going, but I feel like it's giving very much. Okay, she has that shit up. Okay, she got the clip. Okay, she got the do up. 2000s, 2000s, 2000s. So yeah, y'all know I love my 2K look. That's what I was going for, and I did pretty good. I feel like I belong on the Parkers. Ain't that the Parkers with Kim Parker and them and Monique? I feel like that's the Parkers, but I'm not sure. Uh, I'm feeling like I need to be on there. I'm feeling like Mona and Dee Dee. I forgot what that show was called. I feel like I need to be on there. I feel like I need to be on Living Single. They met me at Poetry Bar. Now Maxine wants to invite me over for dinner. The rest of the crew is still debating about it. Okay, y'all get my point. I hope I didn't mess up the mic doing all that talking. But what's your perception of God? I'll go first because I've asked you a million of times. And if you're like me, you're still thinking about that because you're like, hold on, what is my perception of God? She's doing all that rambling and I can multitask and listen to that. But what is my perception of God? Yeah, if you did all that, if you was thinking it, that's good for you because what is your perception? Because I'm about to tell you mine. Mine, I'll tell you what mine was before my spiritual awakening. Actually, I'll tell you what mine was when I was young, let's say teenager, but I could say preteen, like what, 13, 12 too. I got into religion. I mean, I was always religious. My family was always religious, but I mean, like, for my own self, like becoming aware, like, oh, it's clicking on me, I'm in church. Oh, it's clicking on me, I gotta wake up for this. Oh, it's like instead of just being young and you don't know, you don't even remember. Yeah, but like, I would say I actually started to remember and join and make it a routine like in my brain in my life when I was about in 6th grade, so I was like 12. Same time I said 13, 12. I'll take it one more back to 11 just in case, but I'd say that's it. That's so funny because I had to be like, I feel like I was younger. I could have been 9 because I got baptized, but I don't remember when I got baptized. I know I didn't get baptized in 6th grade, but then again, I could have. Okay, it's a fucking gap from 9 to like 13. That's a gap for me, but I feel like those 9s right there in between that 9, no back, no further before that, but like 9 to 12. I got baptized in that span of time. I started hanging out with my mama more, getting dropped off on the weekends, and then I was excited to get baptized. Like I had friends in church. My mom was, pretty cool in church. She, was very outspoken and to speak to a lot of people. So like a lot of people connected with her, and it wasn't just like a church. It was like very soulful. Even though we're gonna get into that, like religion and like I feel like it's just being in a cult or like going to school. And I know we were supposed to go to school, but also we can do homeschool, and we can also, okay, this is a whole nother thing I was gonna say. We could actually become teachers. That would be cool to become teachers for our kids. And then like this is what my brain does off camera by myself. So I'm so glad you guys are here with me to see this because this is how my brain goes. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I hope y'all hear that. On and on and on and on and on and on and on. And then I'll forget the track that I was at before. So let's stay on track, which is why I need a pen and a paper. I need to go get one. But let's not get off track here. We should be teachers for our kids, but we should also have friends around us that are teachers also, that are private teachers. And, teach holistic things, teach financial things, teach holistic, financial, mental. Sorry, I had to get it all out. Physical, protection, spiritual, physical too. But those are the things I feel like we should be learning in our youth. How to connect with nature, how to connect with birds, how to connect with our gods. And what else? I'm gonna jump right back because I'm doing pretty good here. Let's go back. What was I talking about before that? We should have teachers for our kids, going to school. Okay, that's besides the point. We're going back to religion. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. I feel like, it's like going to school, and then it's like you can have the best friendships, the best adolescence, the best experiences or whatever in high school, middle school, elementary school. I say middle to high school because elementary, you pretty much just going and going home and whatever. But you can have the best experience or all those things. I lost my topic. I knew I would kind of fall off. Hold on. But overall, this is me trying to trap my way back into what I was trying to say. But overall, what you learning ain't shit. I got back to what I was trying to say because the point is the point and it won't change. So, what you learn, I ain't gonna say it's not shit because it's getting you to the next level that you need to be in order to say, oh, I have a diploma, in order to be like, oh, I want to get my degree and then finally get the degree. But it's not necessarily showing you emotional intelligence. It's not necessarily teaching you the phases of death and rebirth, which we all go through, even if it's once in our lives. It's not teaching you how to love thy neighbors, even if they're opposite from you, how to love yourself, even if you're opposite from thy neighbor. I'm saying that because it's a church and I'm going to hold the whole energy of it. But school don't teach you that. Church kind of uses community things that happen to use reference to the Bible and also use the Bible, but then to keep the hours going in church, they use the community and what's going on, and then you get lost like, well, what was we ever even talk about in the beginning, how we get to here? And I love this quote and I love this message that you're sending, but what about God? I'm still confused. That was always me in a church, but I had somewhere to be. So I guess it's like school, you don't quite get it. You're not going to always raise your hand. But you'll participate and you'll go. Your folks there. Good eats there. And you feel like you connecting with some higher power if you're at church, right? Yeah. That's funny to me because now I don't feel that way. But anyways, back to the point. My point was around that time I got into religion 9 to 12. I got baptized. Boom, da da da. Did I feel any different? No, but once I went under the water, I'm not gonna lie, that water felt good. I can remember to this day because I remember before that they say, you get baptized to what, basically wash your sins away, becoming a new person. I don't really know the deepness of it because it was pretty specific back then, and it was a lot more than what I just said, which is kind of, I'd be like having epiphanies on things like religious things too, and it'd be like, that's a little strange, what ritual is that? But yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, see, I have to tell you my thoughts, right? Y'all know how they baptize people. When they baptize people, this is also this whole thing where if you see a celebrity in a bathtub, it could be white water, clear water, milk represents water, blood. Some people actually uses blood because that's what the clear water, milk, whatever else represents. It's basically a representation of like an initiation to the devil, if that makes sense. Like, I got a few people like Rihanna Stay. If you watch that video, she's in a bathtub. That's like initiation. That's the time when she started, like, I don't know, really getting out there and stuff too. We have a few other people, Tim's, but I'm not about to go on a whole rant with that because I was talking about something else. But that just made me think about that baptism and bringing it into like the tub water and the whole conspiracies of the celebrities being in tubs and what that symbolizes. But yeah, sorry, y'all. I'm taking y'all down the path. This is what my podcast is about. You are in my brain. We are sharing each other's vibes. But Yeah, that's what it's going to be about. And it's going to be more people too. So it's going to be really popping. I feel like because the people that I associate myself with, and sorry, I'm blocking the microphone, but the people that bring myself around, bring around me is very, enlightened and sweet and kind and genuine overall and pure. So we are going to have a good time and the vibes. And I don't know if you're the type that like to observe people and watch YouTubes and see like, do I want to let my energy into this, YouTube that I'm watching, or do I want to reserve it and kind of keep observing them? This is going to be the type of podcast where you observe us and you'd be like, I fuck with them. Like I feel like I'm in this room with them, where I would like to be in a room with them and I still fuck with them, That's the type of vibes that I'm trying to give. So it's like, you're here. If I get tongue tied, I'm not cutting it out. If I lose my track, we gotta move on. If I'm lucky enough to find out where I was, or go back to where I was, great. But we just honestly going with the flow. And if you here and you rocking out with me, I appreciate you. And I will always love you because I know this podcast will take off eventually. And if you hear, you're powerful. Like, you're going to be learning some powerful things, talking about some powerful things, and just being in, this atmosphere. Because virtually, like, I don't care. Like, you see me on your screen, I'm in your reality now. So, we're here with it. We're here with it, baby. But, yeah. So back to the back, 9, 10, baptized, going to church. It's a whole nother thing. I would like to go to church, right? But then I moved with my mom. So I moved from my mom's house and I moved with my mom. And church was like school now, like I told y'all. But like if I did not want to go to church, and I feel like even if you're a Christian, like no disrespect or anything, like even if you're Christian and you have kids, I feel like they should decide where they want to go praise the Lord or whatever y'all got going on. Like I feel like to force it and then them still have to figure out a religion at such a young age when you're not even teaching it to them yourself because you barely understand. You're just going off the faith because the faith is all you have right now. And then you don't even really have the true faith because you don't even really have the real divine connection with God. It can fuck up a kid because then it's like, bruh, it's like me. Back to the story when I thought that I was not I, God, which is me, a little star piece of God, but whatever. Um, I thought that God, how they said on Resurrection Day, he would come down. So that's what I thought. I'm like, he's a big man in the sky, and he's watching everything we do, basically. And I guess that was cool. I didn't really question it, but I feel like if I still was a Christian now, I would have to question it. Like, really, a big man in the sky is watching me. That just doesn't sound logical. For one, for two, this doesn't spiritually sound logical either because you think God would just hide like for that long in the sky for what? But that's besides my point. Anyways, I'm so sorry if you're still here again. I love you, but what is your point, Rand? My point is I like to breathe and take some time, so let's do that real quick. This actually feels really nice, so let me take this little second because I got 1,000 points. I can talk about one that I wasn't even talking about. You feel me? My point is, it can be very confusing for a kid to be going to church and to be going home and assuming that it's this big giant man in the sky and they have to obey everything and thou shall not lie, still whatever. And I'm not saying thou should, but also I just think the fear-based tendencies of the rules or the fear-based rules is kind of fucked. That's how I feel. But my perception was big man in the sky. He's going to come and get us one day. That's fine. I have pure heart. Second one, big man in the sky. I am kind of fearful. Like, why is the big man in the sky? You know why? You know, like just different things. I'm fearful because like I'm not going to church as much. I don't even want to go to church as much. I'm fearful because I don't understand the concept of God. You know, like I don't understand the Bible, but I'm listening to it every Sunday, Monday, sometimes Wednesday, not Friday. That was praise dance. But I'm listening and I'm not picking up on anything, but oh, my light died. I'm not picking up on anything but the aftermath of, oh, it came back on. Hopefully it won't die. But the aftermath of like this quote, you'll get through it or have faith or whatever. My light is dead, you guys. But I'm about to end this soon. I just want to know what your perception of God is. This was not supposed to be a rant and this was not supposed to be this long. But I would like to know what's your perception of God. And yeah, do you think it's the big man in the sky? Because now, after I've been through a spiritual awakening, I probably had it at 19, and then 2020 happened, and COVID happened, so I was able to really dive deep into my spiritual awakening. So it didn't stop. It just happened, and it kept going. And I always had what they call resistant times where like I could have started my spiritual journey because my first spiritual awakening was probably around 8 or 9, which is funny. You know, it's always something happening. Now I'm big, you know, now I'm going to church and shit. I used to come home from church puking, paranoid, looking in the skies like people are out to get this planet. People are out to get us. I'm sick as fuck. I used to be sick as fuck thinking about that. But now I just feel like it was because I knew I had a mission. My soul knew, but I didn't know. So I got scared and it was overwhelming for me. So it made me sick. But here I go again rambling. Um, yeah. My point is my perception once I had my spiritual awakening and once I got a real connection with the divine and opened myself up to the divine and looked for the divine myself without honing in on anyone else's beliefs and just being like, oh yeah, actually I don't believe in God. I'm Muslim now. Muhammad. Like, you know, just instead of like, oh, you know, like I can't really explain it, but rebellious of it. So rebellious that I'm now lost. So lost that I couldn't find it myself. If that makes sense. I'm happy that I was able to stay open, stay curious to my God, you know, that scenery. And then actually finding my God, which is a woman for me. A woman, a man, a woman, Mother Earth, Divine, Gaia. It's my mother, our mother, your mother, the world's mother, the planet's mother, the tree's mother, the sky's mother. Get my point? That's my God. You know, that's my divine creator. And I know sometimes with like, if you've been like gaslit or religion, it could be scary to talk about God and scary to really face what's your God and scary to really go deep to find your own beliefs with God. But honestly, it's worth it because then you realize, like, you realize so much. Like, you realize, you know, like, one, you are a God child. And that was one thing back in the day. Remember when they always used to just say Jesus was God's child? As if, like, we didn't mean shit. We was just humans on earth. And then they just saying God, well, Jesus and whatever. You know, that whole story. And then, like, yeah. So I think that's funny because, yes, we are God's children. And, we are like little atoms, little specks of God, if you can see it that way. And like, if you can, bear with me, but picture the world. Like, if you are looking somewhere, look up at the sky real quick and picture the world and everything, like the globe, the whole sky and globe, a whole firmament. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I just did that. Firmament. And, maybe because I just said it like the real natural right way, but I don't know. That's besides the point. But yeah, picture like the earth and the world as a mother's womb. and the baby is in her belly. And it's like, boo, the firmament, boo. And then these things in here. She got twins. She got triplets. Boo. We are in here. This is me over here. I'm telling you that, say I'm God, my body right now, I'm God, and you were in here. And I was in here too. But keep my body, still like physically, while it's two of us in here. I'm over here telling you that I don't exist. Y'all are just in a belly. And when y'all come out, it'll be dark and scary. And you will not be greeted with anybody. And you will be there and you will rot there. That's so funny because when you push out a baby, it's all your fucking loved ones there, down to your grandparents, down to your dad's grandparents, down to your dad, down to your mom, down to her best friend over there, down to the people that can't even get in right now because they outside in the visitor room. And then it's so bright, and then you got all these people welcoming you home. That's the same. That's how I look at it. Like as if we're in a firmament and we're doing all this collective healing and all this growing and all this shaking and baking. And the divine is there protecting us, holding us. Literally, we're like attached to mother. Like I can't raise my hand and like hit, the sky. Can't raise my hand and hit the firmament. But I have room. I'm in a womb. I gotta take care of this womb. I gotta, live and stay healthy and have that faith and have that unseen faith and belief that my mother is there, strong, huge, and resilient and whole in me and guiding me and whispering little things in my ear and sending little people to come and help me and support me and sending people to remind me that, look, don't be naive. Look, don't be distracted. Look, love yourself. Look, all these lessons that God sends me, and then all these blessings that God sends me right on back. And then it's back and forth and back and forth. And then I just know not to lose my shit. God is here. God is always here. Don't lose your shit. Whether that's, you need to find a new activity because you feel like you're too bored or you feel like you have nothing to live for. Whether that's, finding a creativity that I love, doing something that's very creative to myself. And even if I feel like it's not going to make me no money, I have to trust that I am happy so the funds will come to me. And then it's going through stuff, isolation. It's like, look, I'm by myself, Mother Earth. Like, I'm by myself, God. I need somebody. And it's just like, you'll have somebody, but what can you do while you're alone? I can converse with you, God. Thank you. And then boom, now, you have a whole friendship and you have like, da-da-da. And my point is, things happen. Things gonna always happen until you die. But once you go, like once you pass away and transition, because death, I don't believe in death. I don't think death exists. It's an ugly, horrifying word. It's not that serious, but it's also not a thing for me. It's transformation. And once you go through that transformation, of dying and your soul coming up, coming out that womb, and I'm being greeted with all my ancestors and all my God and archangels that's been helping me and guiding me on the earth, but I couldn't see them. I'm guided now, and it might be a little dark, but it's light. It sure is light. And I'm greeted by God. Oh, it's definitely light because I don't think God is a person or, human vessel features or whatever. God is light. The brightest light you probably ever seen. The biggest light. Alpha, Mother Earth, God, the divine creator, beautiful light. Oh wow, what? I can't even see. So to think that you'll, you know, you know, you know. That's why I feel so good in this life now. Oh no.